we will learn how to factor the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor are multiples. Common numbers are multiples of each other. Let's see how we're going to factor this quadratic trinomial. We have three terms, and all three have a number, but only the first two have a variable a. So I know I'm not going to be able to factor out a variable a because this last term does not have one. So all I can factor out is a number. Well, the biggest number is 24, and the smallest one is -6. And the greatest common factor out of all these even numbers is a 6, because 6 will divide into 24, 6 will divide into 6, and 6 will divide into 18. I like to use the box method. So I just draw a box, and I put 3 small boxes inside because I have 3 terms, and I write the 3 terms in those boxes. Okay, it's kind of like a multiplication table. So we already said that 6 will divide into all of these, so I'm going to put a 6 out here. And then I'm going to determine what number will multiply to 24 with 6. Well, 6 times 4 will give me 24. What about -6? 6 times what will give me -6? That's -1. And then 6 times what will give me 18? That's 3. Now to take care of the variables. And so it would have to be a power 2 here, because 6 times 4a squared gives you 24a squared. This would have to be a here, because 6 times -1a gives you -6a. And then 6 times 3 is 18. No a needed here. So your factors are 6 parentheses 4a squared minus 1a plus 3. Or you can also write it this way without the 1 in front of the a. You could do this. That is perfectly fine. Let's take a look at how we're going to factor this quadratic binomial. We have 2 terms, and we have 2 numbers, and we also have variables in both of them. So we know we're going to need to factor out a number, and we're going to factor out the letter x. Since I have 2 terms, I'm going to make a box with 2 squares inside. I'm going to put the 4x squared here and the -8x here. Let's deal with the number first. What greatest common factor will divide into a 4 and a -8? Well, the biggest number is 4. So I'm going to think 4 times what gives me 4? The answer is 1. 4 times what will give me -8? -2. Now let's deal with the x variable. There are 2 x variables here, and there is a 1 x variable here. So how many can I divide out in common? There's 2 here and there's 1 here, so that means I can divide out 1 to each of these. So that means I can put an x here. So 4x times 1, what will give me x squared? So I'm going to need another x here. And 4x times -2 already gives me a -8x, so I don't need to put another x here. So here are my 2 factors. 4x is my first one, parentheses, 1x minus 2. Or it's also okay to write 4x parentheses x minus 2. And that's how we factor.